So we're out here in the garden.
You are. Come on over, girlie.
Some core aerating
Sunflower.
with my heels.
Yeah, you are. You know, I always said Stilettos in the Garden can be my last book.
It's an appropriate title, I think.
I've had a lot of them out here.
Let's talk about insects.
Insects.
So always a problem, but you know what? Is it just in my head, or have we not had a very bad mosquito season? I'm not getting eaten alive like I usually do.
A lot less rain, as you well know. Dried out. This nice dry. You were just talking about that high pressure system, and that brings in a lot of what we call drier type air, which dries everything out, and less mosquitoes.
Yes.
But speaking of mosquitoes, let's talk a little bit about what you want to be growing in your garden this time of year, especially to get rid of those different types of insects.
Okay.
So right there. That's some lavender that's growing up in there. I just grow lavender throughout the garden. It's a great way to confuse those sensory mechanisms in different types of insects, especially our non-beneficials, and it works out fantastic. So if you've got one of those gardens out there, maybe you're growing a lot of lettuce, and you're growing a lot of kale and pak choi and bok choy, all that stuff needs to be mixed in with these different types of herbs, and that's what we call companion planting.
Confusing the insects, I like that.
Right.
It's a little bit better than the pesticides. Just throw some lavender
without
in there.
having to use pesticides.
Yeah.
Some other ones, you know, we use a little bit of curry. I want you to smell this. This works out. This is an Indian curry. Go ahead and just squeeze it down.
Smells like curry.
It does, and it's growing in the garden right over there. You can see it, Bobby, going over. Bob knows right where it is. In fact, I said, Bob, you can take over after I retire.
He's done this segment so many times with you. Bob knows more about beneficial nematodes than you do, garden guy.
He's going, we're going to talk about that again?
He can fill in for you.
About it 2 years
Diatomaceous earth. Bob's got this. All right, what else?
Let's talk about some onions right over here. Onions need to be put in the garden, and they need to be put in every garden, summer and winter. They work out fantastic. You can put them in from the bulbs, or you can put them in right from the transplants like you're looking at right there.
Okay.
And they hold up very well, and they'll grow almost all year round. They're harvested. If you plant them right now, you harvest them in the springtime. You wait for that foliage to kind of die back, or you may want to bend it over. That forces that bulb out. But for those of folks that just want that, general insect control, they can go ahead and let it just grow all the time.
So even if you don't like onions, just plant them to keep the bugs away.
You betcha. Fantastic. Here's another one I grow in my garden, garlic.
Garlic, all
and
right.
it works out fantastic. Should be planted this time of year. This is what we're doing. We're just taking the cloves of the garlic. We're just pulling them off. It's all showed on the internet. And you can go ahead and put them right in the ground, and they hold up very well, especially during the summertime and the wintertime, believe it or not. And we'll go ahead again, just like the onions, we'll go ahead and harvest those guys in the spring.
Well, it's that time of year around here. Quickly want to talk about overseeding, because that is the talk of the neighborhood this time of year. So our lows are pretty solidly in the 60s now. Most people have been overseeding. Is it too late?
No, it's not too late, but it's getting there. So as soon as we see those cooler temperatures come in, it's a little bit more difficult. But we've done it on our own lawn. That's right. So we've gone in and done it on our lawn out here. You can see that perennial. That's very important. Perennial ryegrass coming in. Keep it nice and damp. It'll come up in about anywhere from 5 to 7 days. After that, once it reaches 2 inches high, you're ready to mow. And then after that, correct type of fertilizer, which is ammonium nitrate, to keep it nice and green. There you go. And I just want to show a plant that was named after this young lady. Sunflower. There it is. I'm going to get ready to plant some of those out here in our garden and pray for no frost. But we'll see what happens. So back to you, Sunflower.
Thank you. Certainly no frost anytime soon, Javier, as we've been talking about with our summer-like temperatures to end out the month of October.
Well, interesting how Dave said, you can learn it on the internet. So
don't say that. We need you, garden guy. Don't point people to the internet.
We're trying to keep you around here, Dave. Now you're like, forget it. Just go to the internet.
I'm always trying to retire.
We're not letting you.
There's too many questions out there for me.
No.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.